thing that blew up for about 3 days.
What a meme! I'll tell you what Bowsette did not know. It did not know the way. There they are! Like, the hardest enemy. Yeah, it only takes 3 hits, but they are crazy.
So, I could get the gold sword, but I also am right here, so let's just do Ganon's Castle without the goals.
Let's go! I forgot that Ganon's Castle is up here.
Yeah, it's like right here.
Yeah.
And this dungeon does not have, like,
And
a boss that
you
you can
have
actually
to
hurt.
You have to do Ganon's Castle before, like, Ganon's, like, thing opens up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Sorry, it's been a while since I've played. And most speedruns just do stuff very quickly.
Yeah, they mostly just... I love watching the glitch run where they somehow go from, like, the sanctuary to the title thing, and it's like, cool game.
Yeah. That's whoever figured that out. You're like, wow. How did you get out of bounds so much in this game?
I think my favorite glitch that I see speedrunners do is the one where they, like, tap the run button so they can just hover over pits. That's really cool. But I have watched very few, like, the past runs, so I'm not exactly sure.
They're pretty... People are pretty good at this game. This is one of those games, if you, like...
What's a game that speedrunners aren't good at anymore?
Resident Evil 3. People haven't sniffed the WR in, like, a long
Yeah,
time.
but that's not being good. That's like getting the god run of RNG.
True.
It's like Mega Man X requires like an insane amount of skill.
Yeah, that's true. But
like,
also RNG.
The run that is like the current world record is like so lucky too.
Who has it?
I haven't checked for once.
I know someone broke it recently. Let's see. Fox Hunt. That's a game that no one's good at. Game, I know. Game. In quotes. In heavy quotes. Yeah, that's a good question. If it's a good game, especially if it's a popular series, it will be optimized. End of story. Oh, so close.
Oh yeah, this room. I wonder how I ever figured this out as a kid. Oh, just take this block and push it over.
Seriously. What's a game people are bad at? That's a good question. Like, but I guess it would have to be like, would it have to be a good game? Like I could just be like, some Jaguar fighting game, like 3D fighting game, and it's
but can fighting games even be? I guess they can be speedrun, but
yeah, like the single player mode. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's. I mean, it's a stupid question anyway, but like the answers are just like, what about this horrible game? What about Shaq Fu?
Yeah. I'd like to see. I'm gonna have to remember to look this up later, but I'd like to see a Siren for PS2 speedrun, because I can't imagine anyone could actually be good at that game. Although I know it's true because people have like amazing speedruns of like Clock Tower 2 and stuff like that. So like you.
No. Okay, good.
Why? Do you think it was closing?
Oh, if I went through the room that's over, like up from that chest room, it like locks you out and you have to do the whole thing again.
Yikes.
No.
So...
Can I just do this? Of course not.
Now, the other question, what game are people best at? I honestly would probably say Mario 64. There are, like, so many ridiculous runners of that game. And, like, it requires such crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, there's 50 people within, like, a couple minutes of world record. But that requires so much, like, crazy crap.
Yeah, and it's like, the most crazy thing is that games with insanely high skill ceilings, where, like, players can be, like, continue to get better and better, and there's no, like, limits to it. In Super Mario 64, like, it has, like, a really good, like, world record runs, but, like, they could still be better. It's just that type of game. I mean, you could always say that, oh, Mario 1 is people are the best at, because, like, to get, like, TAS is only, like, what, like, a second better or something?
Yeah. But it's easy to do when you have a 5-minute game.
I do wish I had silver hours for this, to be honest, because they die in one hit.
Snipe!
But it's okay.
Oh, wow, wow. The pixel!
The literal pixel.
That's so good. That's so good. Ow. Ow, wow.
Oh, good, I get to do this.
And obviously you have to use arrows.
Yeah.
Oh, the pixel again.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, honestly,
Go in!
there are so many.
You're kidding me.
I don't know why, but like I kind of like watching them. So sometimes they pop up like these people that do like the WTF moments in speedrunning and the speedrunning fails and whatever. And like there are so many speedrunners out there that like it's just crazy. Like I don't know, like there's all these people that I've never seen before doing these games I've never heard of. Like when you just see these quick clip shows and you're like, oh my god. And they're just so like. I don't know, there's just so many people on Twitch doing it, you know? Nice.
Might as well top off. Get over here.
But yeah, like, it's almost like you pick, like, the other month I was like, I'm gonna put in another score, another time that's not, Resident Evil 3, just so I can have, like, a second thing, right? Ooh, nice. And I was like, you know what? I like the game Little Mermaid for NES, right? And it's super easy, and, like, I wasn't like, I'm gonna get WR, but I was like, I'm gonna get a top 50 time, right? Like, just whatever. And, like, there are, like, at least over 100 people that have times it on the game, because it's, like, a short game. And, like, the guy who has world record, like, his, like, comment was like, finally! After months! And you're like, of playing Little Mermaid for the Nintendo, like, it was like, thank goodness the RNG worked my way. And you're just like, oh my god, dude, like, it's ridiculous. The only time you really can ever be like, I'm gonna get a world record is when it's like some garbage game that no one has ever thought to even try, like, Fox Hunt. But, like, on that guy's page, I forget what his name is, but, like, he had, like, probably literally over 100 games with times in, and they were all, like, short NES games, and his average was, like, 3rd or 4th. Like, he had a lot of firsts, and, like, it's not for stuff like Mario 3, it's, like, for, like, random garbage, but, like, still, he had, like over 100 times in, and this is just some random dude, you know? Like, it's just crazy.
Speedrunners are ridiculous.
Even the people I watch, like, Bakba Soup, which I like his stuff, like, he'll be like, today's Resident Evil 3 day, and, like, he has crazy hours just because, like, I guess he doesn't sleep, but, like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see that he's doing it, and I'll be like, cool, Resident Evil 3. And then later I'll, like, remember, like, a couple hours later, I'll be like, oh yeah, let me put him on the PS4 or whatever, and he'll still be doing runs, and he's still like, up, reset, up, reset, up, reset. Because as we saw, Resident Evil 3, the main reset point is 1.5 minutes in. And he's just like, up, gotta reset again, up, gotta reset again. And you're like...
Okay, so, this. How is anyone supposed to understand how this works? Oh, okay, just do this. Like, how... I mean, you have one pixel or, like, one tile to do it. And, like...
And you have to do it?
There's nothing here except a fairy,
okay.
but, like, why would they design it? They obviously knew, like, how the game worked, that you can do that. It's just a really, like, unusual room. Alright, we're gonna use it. Wow, actually this is good. This thing rocks.
Although it is eating the heck out of your magic.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, like, the only way to make it go away and not use all your magic is just to leave the room.
I don't know if you can just push Y and make it stop.
That's possible. Yay!
The rest of this dungeon is literally just enemy gauntlets.
In the most ridiculous ways possible.
I think this.
You like spikes?
Yeah,
you like ice?
Ice, spikes, and conveyor belts. Fun.
At least they don't have like 10 very mobile enemies. I mean, that's nice. It's very nice of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how they can make it possibly more annoying. They could have a room of all ice with like 12 of those red jellies.
No, what about those? What about those enemies where they have the mask on their face, where you have to get behind them?
Oh yeah, that would be awful.
I'd like to see, because I know Link to the Past. I mean, we've had them at the store before, but I know that Link to the Past like ROM hacks exist. I'd like to watch one and just see like what ridiculous levels they go to. Because the Zelda ones are ridiculous.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a Link to the Past ROM hack. I remember like thinking that, being like, I don't want to do Link to the Past because everyone has done Link to the Past. But then I remember trying one and being like, it's okay.
Just so gosh dang hard. Based.
I think I played like Parallel Swords or whatever it's called. And it was cool because I had like custom like sprite sheets and like custom graphics. And obviously, oh yeah, this room. Fun room. Oops.
Fun slowdown. It's really not that bad.
So, like, if you go down here, you fall down a hole. So they expect you to know to go to the left, go down, go to the right. There we go.
I guess just figure.
You
just trial and error.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Base, you sent that guy to his death.
Shadow Realm.
Oh my god, did you see the frame? Did you see the single frame per second?
Yeah, I can't tell if this game was always this laggy or if it's the Super Nintendo Classic.
I think it's the system.
I think it's the system too, but...
Oh no, I'm sorry. By that I meant I think it's always been that way.
That's also true.
Because Gradius, like... I mean, Gradius...
I mean...
That bubble level goes at, like, negative frames a second. So... The SNES just... I think over time it worked itself out, but, like, the early games just didn't have it figured out. Do you only have a certain amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna close.
I didn't know if sometimes when you do that, it, like, just stays that way, and it's like, the door is always open.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not based.
Yeah.
I want to just send you straight back down? Oh, how
Yep.
mean.
Which is why it's just an empty room with a bunch of eyes.
You got some bombs. I like how 10's the max bombs you can have.
What was that? What was that noise?
Certainly something. Yeah, it's like you stepped on something.
It must have been like a trigger for the lanterns going out or something. I don't even know.
Oh, I didn't even see that there.
I love these type of rooms where it's just a million things.
Yeah.
Get some hearts.
You don't have any magic.
Oh yeah.
The leaves. No, dude!
So if you had the fourth sword, you'd only hit him twice. But
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna guess you're gonna have to hit him 3 times here. Possibly 4. Because it seems like...
At least they didn't make him, like, super crazy harder, you know?
Yeah, I think it's because you have to refight all these guys. And it's only hard the first time because you have the level 1 sword.
It's almost like the Mega Man rebattles when you're like, well, I definitely have their weakness. There, I can't think of any examples, but I know there are games that do that, that make you...
They did the room
There we
you're talking
go!
about, but you don't have to actually win. They died somehow.
They could have made that harder by, instead of the middle being ice, the middle was also spikes.
It could have
In
just
fact,
been ice and
just
spikes.
been spikes.
I never noticed that just use the moth sprite on the floor. That's weird for this guy.
You're gonna get 0 bad ones.
It doesn't even matter because there's so many of these. I'd also like to not die.
Wow. Curveball.
Come on. There's 3 of them and I can't hit any of them? No. I actually did not know you could do that. Getting bad luck.
Ding!
Literally like the worst luck possible. I think he needs like 5 hits, maybe 6.
It's pretty crazy.
Come on. The one I can actually hit back. It's always blue.
Woo. Thank you, Based Fairy. You have saved us yet again.
I can't believe I died to this guy. Can you please give me anything to work with? This is so frustrating. There.
Whoa! Ho ho! Dust strats. I have a feeling this boss would be annoying for speedrunners.
I don't know. They might have like the RNG figured out or something.
That's true.
I don't know.
We in it, boys. What? No, who's that?
It's a bet. It's Dracula.
I like how it's like on the very top of the castle.
I think this is a Kino moment, where it's like in the shadows and comes from Ganon's castle in the background.
Oh, that's so cool.
With the sun set. I think it looks really good.
He's like, hey. You could just instantly fall in. That's funny.
Yeah, you could. And you could not be able to beat him because you don't have the silver arrows. Now, the game alludes to the fact that you need silver arrows. In fact, if you fight Ganon and then fall down the pit, there's a sign right there that says, you need the silver arrows.
There's a pit?
Yeah, in the actual fight, if you fall down the sides, it, like, restarts the fight. Because they know that, like Zelda 1, you need the silver arrows to beat Ganon, but unlike Zelda 1, that, like, locks you in a room, it gives you a means to escape. But it is weird. It's like you get to Ganon, and you start fighting him, and then you're like, oh, I can just fall, and then the fight just restarts. It's pretty, like, anticlimactic.
It's only 100? I thought it was like 500 for some reason.
It should be like 999 because this game has too many rubies.
You would have actually no problem.
I think the most annoying thing is that if you push A to run, it like drops the bomb and then starts the timer.
What if it was like the fuel canister in Resident Evil 1, where like you literally can't do anything? Do you remember that's near the end of the game, and it's like you gotta like take this fuel canister, and there's all those like chimeras there and everything, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa! Don't run, don't shoot.
The absolute worst example is that in Castlevania 64.
Oh yeah,
that whole thing.
Yeah,
where you can't even jump.
You can't even jump. Like that's when you literally take the game and you return it. You're like, yeah.
I want to finish that game. I kind of want to LP that game.
You should do the second one.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah.
The second one is basically just the first game, but with content.
That fairy's me, by the way.
It's my waifu. Don't make fun of her.
I was just saying she's me. It looks just like me. Yay! And nothing else. Can you get anything else besides the sword?
Yeah, it's just a sword and the bow. I think. I played this game 1,000,000 times. I'm pretty sure it's only the 2.
Did you already do the, you got the better boomerang, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, the first pond is, the the shield and the boomerang. And the shield gets replaced anyway because it's a dungeon item. I think I should be fine. Ganon's not that hurt. I have 3 fairies. If I die, I'm the worst Zelda.
We at it, boys! You ready for this? I know you're sitting on the edge of your seat out there in YouTube land. I never imagined a boy like you. Agahinim. How do you pronounce his name anyway?
It looks like a Agognim.
Oh yeah, that Agognim. I mean, that's pretty cool. Hey, this guy's easy. You can just hit him like that. I bet the rest of this boss is this easy. Also, the speedruns of this game are like the ones that actually obviously have to do this fight are like very frustrating because they only have. I'm pretty sure they only have the Master Sword.
Yeah.
So it like takes forever. Like it's just one of those things where it's like it would take technically longer to go.
Uh-oh. I
What?
don't have magic. I actually can't win.
Save and quit.
I guess I have to. Where do I get magic?
Enemies. Jod! Jod, and Jod.
How about I just... Yeah. Let's just use this file. Half magic.
999. You already bought the bomb and you still have 999? Oh my.
I did it before I started the first.
Oh, okay. Ah, Jod, it's your twin brother, Jod. Why does every Link just so Jod-like? I just can't help it. I like when he goes in the corner, because then you can just hit him a ton of times.
Yeah, if you go in the bottom right corner during that, it's not too bad. Let's not be bad. Dude, imagine if you didn't have quadruple defense for this.
Dude, I know. Well, it would take 8 hearts?
It would take 8 hearts, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't fair.
Hopefully you have a lot of fairies.
I hope so. I actually don't have like that much. You have to hit him with the silver arrow like 3 times. Not too bad.
On guard.
Yeah, let's play it safe.
I like how he calls you lad. You're doing well, laddie.
Yeah, you can use it. It's gonna be right there. Alright.
What is a man?
Okay.
Saved by the lantern.
Okay. I don't even have the 4th bottle, that's funny.
Would they really choose an odd number like 4? I'm not into this.
Oops.
What?
Did it.
It's not 5?
It's 4.
Or 3?
I like how you call 4 an odd number.
Yeah,
Says the mathematician.
I mean, that's a good point, because we're so used to 3 or 5 being, like, more round.
I love that noise. Summons the staircase just...
Ooh, this story. Welcome. Jod! I am the essence of the Triforce. Heh. Heh.
Look at that mode. Why didn't you say mode 7?
That's mode 7.
Why didn't you say it this time?
I wanted everyone out there to enjoy it before I had to point it out. Like, them being like, wow. I want them to enjoy the fact that this is going at 2 frames a second. And, like, it's just like...
It's funny that, when there's no text crawling, it's fine. But when the text is, like, appearing and disappearing, it's like...
The stronger.
Yeah, I think it's just because early games, because there's some games that use mode 7 so hardcore, like Earthbound. Like,
yeah.
Earthbound, like, the entire screen is mode 7, it's completely fine. So I think they just...
Earthbound? What does Earthbound do where it's
the backgrounds.
Oh, like it scrolls.
It scrolls and like is all crazy.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Some of the like later half of the game, like it's just.
Well, I'm just like, how
insane.
can the same system that struggles with this like be fine with Secret of Mana, like the parts where you're shot up in the cannon and you see like the entire world and whatever in mode 7, like how can that run smoothly? But it's just the fact that it's early games.
I remember Contra 3, the mode 7 parts ran fine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was pretty early in the system.
Weird.
Castlevania 4 was really early in the system, but mode 7 parts.
I think Gradius 3 is early too, but that's not even mode 7. That's just sprites. That's like hitting the sprite limit. Whoa. Whoa! The Return of the King! Sued by LOTR. Look at this dude.
Can you even, like, trademark something as just, like, general as that?
If you're Nintendo. I just want to be like, yep. Oh, was Soulja Boy, sued yet?
I haven't heard anything about him being sued, but he definitely took the consoles off his store, despite talking smack on his Twitter.
So good. I like that one where he's like, nah, dude, nothing's gonna happen.
Anyone that thinks I'm gonna get sued is word I won't say.
Hey, thief!
Where are those chests in this game?
He's like, hey. The bully makes a friend.
I like how they try to like flesh out these.
They look exactly the same.
They look horrendous in real life.
Oh, I thought he died. This is like those movies where like the epilogue is just like Jim went on to work for blah 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 blah, and they like have like the text and like it like, you know, I think Animal House was the first to do that, where like it like just like here's their entire life story, and you're like, okay. It's a lot easier than having to make a sequel or to have to explain anything. You just show them having fun at the end and say, Jim went on to open up this. The end.
I don't like a lot of movies, but one of my favorite movies is Ed Wood. And at the end of that,
so they do that same thing.
They do the same thing, but they say that it's about Ed Wood, the movie director of.
What? He's back?
Yeah.
Oh no, the flute boy.
But at the end, he's trying to be an aspiring movie director, but he's just god-awful at it, and he makes horrible decisions, and he doesn't care about quality. And at the end of the movie, it's like sort of like an uplifting message, but the epilogue is like, he was a sham of a director, and he fell into alcoholism, and then it rolls credits.
Yay! Yay! Sometimes they do that, like, obviously comedies won't, but like, I've seen some movies where they're like, blah blah blah, never married again and died 2 years later, and you're like, oh.
Wait, there's another one that I'm thinking of that did that.
A lot of comedies do it, but they like parody Animal House. But like, there are like some like legit like dramas that do that, and like the movies are set up. There's like a famous one I can't think of, it's on the tip of my tongue, where people are like so mad at it because it like is like at the end you're like, oh, this person's gonna make it, and then they're like, essentially the epilogue's like, that person didn't make it. They died horribly. The end. And you're like,
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I think it's a game that it's like the epilogue is either the person like falls down or gets a cold and dies. Man, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember.
What system is it?
I have no idea.
Hey, if you know, YouTube land, let us know. Maybe I'm thinking of that game where everyone's mad because they're just like, you made it through the whole game, but the end.
Yeah, it's in a spot in my mind where I don't think I'll be able to get it out.
Do you want to see Kino?
Sleeps again forever. What a joke. Am I right, fellas?
You want to see Kino? We're about to have some Kino here. Wait, what? What? That doesn't do it the way I thought. I thought it goes straight to that, to the Master Sword just sitting there. Would we have to watch this whole thing to see that Kino?
The Master Sword was sleeping in the pedestal.
Yeah, but I thought the part where you can't press start anymore is like just on the Master Sword. But I don't feel like watching this whole thing.
I don't either.
Hey, go look it up.
Look at the
Look-
mode 7.
Look up Link to the Past. See, look, this is like not going slow, but when that text was like appearing on the screen, it was like no. Hey, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. That was Link to the Past. It was done well and good. It was done quick and it was awesome.
Sorry for no 100%, but honestly, it doesn't even matter because most of the hard pieces are go to this cave.
It's true, and in the
this
end,
wall.
it doesn't really matter. See you next time.
Nothing
Ben,
else.
take us out.